sleep on it, I'm sure look at some tape, I guess just impressions on the whole last night now, 12 hours later.
Just some things I like I think we were played with a good conscience again, away from the puck. Competitive at times, but the puck management, puck decisions was just so poor, and execution was so poor that, we gave up way too much on them because of our turnovers. Almost all their chances came off turnovers, off our stick, and some forced, but a lot just like unforced errors.
How much of that is what Utah's doing, and how much of it was kind of both sides? I think Utah had 28 giveaways after 2 periods or something.
Yeah, well, it was like I said, some were forced. Like, they did a nice job in their checking. They had tight gaps. They were above the puck the whole night. But you got to play behind them if they're doing that. You got to force them into foot races, and we just. I don't want to say we're stubborn. We just didn't make very good decisions. So yeah, and we kind of fluffed the puck around the ice for most of the night, and that's a recipe for disaster, especially if you don't have your legs.
I feel like I'm sure there is, but 2 games in, you guys get the win last night, yet the vibe in the locker room definitely seemed frustrated with the performance. Is that a sign of the elevated expectations for this year?
Yeah, I think it's just it was a frustrating game to play because we weren't moving the puck efficiently. So go do that for 2.5 hours and you're not creating what you want to create. You're not having any fun in the offensive zone. You're not feeling it at all. It's like going a bad day at work, working outside in the rain. That's what it was like. So, anyway, it is what it is. We looked at it this morning. We talked about it. We talked about some things that we feel like we can do to if a team checks us hard like that. Like, what's our plan to get around it? And should be, the adjustment should be made after a few minutes of it, not 60 minutes of it.
We've had a lot of veterans come through, Parisi and even Cogliano, Jack Johnson. They play far more limited roles than they did maybe 10, 12 years ago. What is it about Brent Burns that gives you the ability on a roster like this to still play him 20 plus?
Well, I don't want to compare him to any of those other guys. I think they're all, it just depends on your need and their ability, really. He still plays the game the same way as he did when he was younger, and he's still highly effective at it. So, it's just, to me, it's a testament to him and his game, his conditioning, he just has a lot of tools. Good skater, big physical guy, hard to play against, plays on both sides of the puck, he can contribute in a bunch of different ways, so you use him appropriately.
Piggybacking on that, his 1,500th game tomorrow night. How impressive of a milestone is that? What are your thoughts on him hitting something like that?
Well, it's incredibly impressive because, is it 7, 8 guys that have ever done it?
Yeah, he's going to be the 8th defenseman and the 24th player.
There you go. 8 defensemen never do it. And if you look at the guys on that list, I remember looking at it, glancing at it, it's pretty impressive guys. Hall of Famers, and it's impressive to hit 1,000. Every game after that's a bonus, I'm sure. And now he's at 1,500, and it's hard to do, especially when you they're not easy minutes that he plays. And he's an older guy now, and he just keeps. To me, the streak he has of games he's played in a row, and it's part of the reason why he's hit 1,500. To be able to play the way he does, as physical he does, and to be able to stay healthy for as long as he has, it's amazing.
What is your expectation to utilize Ilias Solovyov, especially weighing the fact that he's 25 years old, and it's probably important for him to get game action, at least with some regularity?
Yeah, well, that's his issue, not mine. Really, to be honest with you, like you have to earn what you get here, you know. Just because you want something, or that goes for all our guys, doesn't mean you're going to get it. You have to go and earn it, you know. So my expectation is get him up to speed. I mean, it looks good out on the ice. We got him for a reason, and then we'll deploy him and see how he does, and that will determine how much game action he gets. But he's been a penalty. Like, I'll try and use him in the same role as what he's done for most of his career. He's killed penalties. He's a big physical guy. He's played in a shutdown role. He knows what he is as a player. He's a defender and an efficient puck mover. And if he can do that, then he'll earn a bunch of ice time.
I don't know, at least from the outside, it still felt pretty surreal to see Mikko on the other side of that playoff series, but now that it's come and gone, and what happened, like, does it almost feel like this is the start of the new reality that he's...
Well, yeah, I'd like to say that our team's moved long past that. That'd be like saying, well, is Jack Jury and Marty Netcash comfortable here yet? Do they still feel like part of your team? Like, that's how long Mikko's been gone, right? So, I mean, it's just another guy that had played with us and played well for us and won with us, and you wish them all the best, except when they're playing us, It's, but like, I'd like to think our guys would be long past that by now.
Seems like Mackenzie's workload is ramped up to where, I don't know if he's a regular at practice now, but is there hope that maybe like with this road trip next week that he'll be maybe joining the games there?
Yeah, we'll see. It's not a guaranteed for the road trip yet, but he's certainly building to, like now he's with us all day today. It was a short day though, we'll see how he responds to that. And but he's to the point now where he's joining the team. Now we got to get him as much of that sort of game style action as we can and see how he handles it.
You guys don't have any back-to-backs until the end of the month, but there is that random 1 o'clock start at St. Louis on Monday. Like, do you have the confidence to use Trent Miner if needed, or do you just want to ride your guy until?
Yeah, if needed, but I don't see a problem with Wedge playing it either.
With him not he didn't play in preseason, obviously, like, could you guys do a conditioning stint potentially? Is that on the table with Blackwood?
Yeah, I thought, it's potential. Yeah, we have the ability to.
Coach, you talked to us in the past about sometimes with playoffs and they don't go your way, that sometimes it's a struggle for you to kind of watch out for the rest. I was just wondering, you're saying Mikko the best unless it's against you guys. Were you able to follow much of the playoffs after you guys got out?
No interest. I mean, I've since watched some of it, but not what was happening.
How long does it take for that wound to heal and him to just be another guy in the league? Mikko?
Whose wound?
Yours, the teams in general, just haven't
I
had.
mean, once you play him in a playoff series, for me, like, it's like your business, focused, and that's it. He's gone. Like, for me, it took me about 10 minutes. Not that I don't like Mikko and but once, like, I'm not dwelling in the past on any of that kind of stuff. Like, you have to move forward quickly.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I am so sorry.